Hello everyone, in this video lecture we are going to understand the exit growth curve. Let's start our lecture. Let's start with introduction. The exit growth curve is a diphasic growth represented by two growth curves intertwined by a short lag phase produced by an organism utilizing two different substrates, one of which is glucose. When E. coli grows in a medium containing both glucose and lactose, it uses glucose preferentially until the glucose is exhausted. Then, after a short lag phase, during which bacterium synthesizes the enzymes needed for the lactose use, growth resumes with lactose as a carbon source. Now see, the diaxial growth curve is a diphasic growth curve where we can easily observe the two growth curves. Why? Because the whatever the culture is there, for example Escherichia coli culture is there, Escherichia coli first will utilize the glucose which is available in the nutrient broth, and afterwards they will come in the short lag phase, and afterward they will utilize the lactose as a carbon source. If this diphasic growth curve of E. coli is plotted in respect to bacterial density against time, two growth curves follow one after one, or the intervened by a short lag phase to produce a diaxial growth curve. The enzyme needed for the lactose use is the beta-galactosidase. We have to remember that beta-galactosidase which splits lactose into the glucose and galactose, and the bacterium utilizes glucose for the growth. Galactose can be utilized but only after it is converted to glucose. Where galactose can be utilized when it is converted into the glucose. It has been demonstrated that Escherichia growing in a medium containing both glucose and galactose produces a diaxial growth curve in the case of glucose and lactose. Similar response has been found in the case of other sugars such as arabinose, maltose and sorbitol, etc. when they are used in a combination with the glucose by E. coli. Each of these sugars is utilized only after glucose has been used up with the growth medium. The cause of diaxial growth curve is very complex and not completely understood. It is considered that catabolite preparation or the glucose effect probably plays a part in it. Now see, in this diaxial growth curve mainly two phases we can see. And why because see, here in this medium we have added the glucose and lactose both. So first is preferentially Escherichia coli will utilize the glucose, and after some time they will come in the lag phase, and after they will utilize the lactose. But lactose will not utilized by the Escherichia coli as it is the glucose. First Escherichia coli will synthesize the enzyme known as beta-galactosidase, and this beta-galactosidase enzyme splits lactose into the glucose and lactose. Then the Escherichia coli will utilize the glucose and they'll give just the diaxial growth curve. In catabolite reparation of the lac operon of Escherichia coli, glucose exerts an inhibitory effect on the transcription of the lac genes. Now here, for the utilization of lactose, there are needs of some enzymes, okay, and that enzyme is synthesized by the lac operon, that is galactosidase, beta permease, etc. As a result, lactose utilization enzymes are not synthesized even if lactose is present in the medium. When glucose is completely consumed by the Escherichia coli, the bacterium is now competent to transcribe the lac operon genes, resulting in the production of necessary enzymes that help metabolize lactose. Now here we can see the graph. In this graph we have plotted the time against the bacterial density. Now here we can easily see the bacterial growth where the bacteria used glucose, okay, and by using the glucose, bacteria is showing us phase which is called as a log phase, okay, and afterwards the bacteria went into the short lag phase because here glucose, whatever the glucose was there, that glucose got exhausted, and because of that Escherichia coli went in the lag phase, okay. During that time they got the catabolite reparation, means what, they got synthesized enzymes for the lactose utilization by expressing the lac operon. That's what they have utilized the lactose in the second phase. That's what they will show us two phases of microbial growth. So this is all about the diaxial growth curve. Thanks a lot.